learners. Good day, mathematicians. On today's video, we're just going through parabola or quadratic function question, of which on the previous video we were introducing functions, and I did introduce linear and parabolic functions, the properties and all that. Now we are going through questions. This video is very important. Make sure you watch up to the end, grade 11s and grade 12s. This video is for you. Let's go. Now we are given of x is equal to x squared minus 4x minus 12, and we know that any function in this form of ax squared plus bx plus c, or in this form of a into x minus p squared plus minus q, this is what? A quadratic function, right? Alright, now the first question, it goes as state or write down the coordinate of the y-intercept of f, of which I did mention on the previous video that always, as they say here, they say write down, you don't calculate, it's the constant. Whenever you're going through polynomial functions, the y-intercept is the constant. The y-intercept is what? Is the constant. This is the y-intercept. Always, guys, whenever you are dealing with your polynomial function. So this is the y-intercept. Always, right? Then the second one, x-intercept, of which we know that whenever we talk about x-intercept, we are going to let y become what? 0 then, and we know that y is the output. This f is just the name of the function, but f of x, right? When we substitute those input values, we are going to get what? The output value, which is y. So we are going to let y become 0, of which in this place of f of x, we're going to substitute 0 there. Then you do your FOIL, then you solve for x, and those are the critical values. Those are the what? Those are the roots. Those are the x values of the function, right? And then we are also required to sketch the function. We just sketch the function and then we show or intercept with x's. So it's very important while we are answering the questions, right? To write the coordinates. And we also asked the range, right? We also asked the range. Now let's go. So that given function we are given is f of x is equal to x squared minus 4x minus 12. First question, it's y-intercept. The y-intercept, always write the coordinate where they asked you about y-intercept, where they ask you about x-intercept, always write in coordinate form, which you don't have to calculate the y-intercept. The y-intercept is 0 into what? To negative 12, because on the y-axis always 0, always x is 0, because remember we are working with coordinates, and coordinates is in this place. This is a coordinate, right? 2.2 is the x-intercept. We said we're going to let y become 0, so we have 0 is equal to squared minus 4x minus 12. What do we do? We fold, right? Fold. And I want you guys to listen very carefully. And if you don't know this method, use your quadratic formula, people of God. Remember, I did explain in the previous video that before these things became functions, they were equations. So in grade 11, you were taught quadratic equations. You were taught your quadratic formula, right? Which is x is equal to negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over what? Over a. So you can also use that whenever you have what? A quadratic. Alright, with my method, if now I'm looking for factors that when I multiply I get 12, when I subtract I get 4, which 6 and 2 are true for this one, because when we multiply 6 times 2 we get 12, then when we subtract 6 minus 2 we get 4. And for signs, I want you guys to listen very carefully. For signs, when C, I want you guys to notice, when C is negative, the bigger, greater value will take the sign of B. So whenever C is negative, the bigger or greater value will take the sign of B, the value or the factor, of which the greater value or the bigger factor in this case is what is 6. So it will take the sign of B, of which the sign of B is negative. So that is the sign. So make sure you write this down, and this is a rule, right? Then this will be positive. Remember, I want to create a negative. So to create a negative, I need to multiply negative times a positive. Then this is already equated to 0. Then my x is equal to 6, or x is equal to negative 2. I write this thing in coordinate form. So when on the x-axis I have 6 and what? And 0. Remember, on the x-axis y is always 0, negative 2 and 0. So those are my x. That's it. That is correct. That is correct. That is correct. Following question requires us to find the turning point. Turning point of the function, which we know that we are still using x squared minus 4x minus 12. That is our function. So the turning point of the vertex is x is equal to negative b over 2a, right? That is the axis of symmetry, right? Negative, what is our b? It's negative 4. Very good, because this negative, people of God, I want you guys to notice this negative here, right here, is the negative of the formula. So you need to put those brackets, people of God. In mathematics, we don't rush, right? And then over what? 2a. What is a? A is the coefficient. A is the coefficient here. Is the coefficient, of which the coefficient here is what? Is 1, right? So our a is what? Is 1 then. This is negative times a negative, which is positive 4 over 2, and that is 2. So your x is of symmetry is 2, right? And then what do? We substitute that 2 into the original equation. What do we get there? This is 4 minus 8 minus 12, and this is what? Negative 4 minus 12, which gives us negative 16. So the turning point now is what? Is 2 into what? Negative 16. Very important, page 12. Right? Now the second question. Alright, now let's go sketch our function. So we got the x-intercept. Okay. You need to sketch, we just sketch, people of God. You don't have to be accurate, but you need to understand the Cartesian plane, right? You need to understand the Cartesian plane, right? So sorry about that line there, but you will be accurate with your ruler, right? You need to understand that these are the y-axis on the vertical line. On the horizontal line, we have x-axis. The first one, x value is what? Is 6 on the positive side. Second one is negative 2. The turning point is what? That 2. and negative 16, right? Let's say negative 16 is there. Then what to do? For your turning point, you join the points. Join the point when they meet. That is your turning point. That's where the function will turn. So this will be the turning point. Then the y-intercept was 0 to negative 12. So negative 12 it should be here. And we know that we had x squared minus 4x minus 12. So a is greater than 0, so I expect my function to be concaved up, right? Then I sketch the function. Goes there, negative 12, goes there, like that, right? But when you are drawing it, please try to be what? To be at least, right? Draw it clearly. Go into negative 16. That is your coordinate. Very, very important to write your coordinates, guys, right? 0 into negative 12. This is 2 into 0, negative 2, negative 2. And this is 6 to 0, right? And this was what? F of x, right? Very, 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 very important. So that is exactly how you answer your question. Whenever you're asked to sketch the function, this is how you sketch a parabolic function. The first thing you need to determine the shape, as I taught on the previous videos, of which now we also were asked to calculate the x-axis, the y-axis, and also the turning point of the function. Now let's go to the next one. All right, now we're asked to determine the range, right? We are asked to determine what? The range. The range of which we know by definition that the range is your all possible y values whenever we talk about the range, right? Which the function was f of x is equal to x squared minus 4x minus 12, right? Very, very, very important. Now, when a, please note, when a is greater than 0, your range is y is greater than or equal to 2, of which we know that 2 is the what? 2 is the y-intercept, right? Of TP of the turning point, right? And it does make sense because we are simply saying that all the possible y values will start here on the what? On the y value of the turning point upwards. So it makes sense because this greater than, that simply means upwards. So it starts there and it includes, because this is the turning point. We are talking about the turning point there, right? So very, very important. Please note this. So when a is greater than 0, your y will be greater than or equal to 2, of which in this case the range will be y is greater than or equal to negative 60, right? So that is your range. Let's say if you were asked to determine the domain, always, people of God, when you are dealing with parabolic function, your domain, remember by definition, is your all possible x values where your function existing the x-axis, of which x is an element of what? Of real real numbers. So we are dealing with real numbers, right? X is an element from negative infinity to positive infinity. If you were asked what the domain, in this case you were asked the range. So that is your range, ladies and gentlemen. And this is end of the video. See you on the next video. Thank you.